Fuck that house now. I'm back. To the top, I'ma make it. Niggas just can't take it. To the top, I'ma make 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 it.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Nash Kano. Make sure you hit that like button. Happy Kyrie night. It's Kyrie day. Happy Kyrie day. Happy Kyrie night. Whether you're coming from, and happy birthday to Kyrie. And we're gonna celebrate Kyrie tonight. Tough loss, but we're still going to celebrate Kyrie and the great news. It was a crazy day of emotions tonight.
Yes.
Crazy day of emotions.
He really had 43 points on a
Nets Twitter was on highs and lows and highs, and it was just insane day tonight, bro. It was
mixed reactions.
Shitty loss, but with a amazing present on Kyrie's birthday.
Yeah. Great present on Kyrie's birthday. Let me shout out to the chat. What's good, KD, Kyrie? What's up? Gary Burns, hey, what's up? Isaac M, what's good? Isaac, Austin Liebers, what's good? World, hey, what's up? Martel. Easy Money Sniper, hey, Brendan, Donovan Sales Jr., what's good? Donovan Sales. Yeah, no spamming, y'all, no spamming. Callaway, hey, what's up? Joey BK, Brooklyn S11, Lenny Beeson, Liz Rosado, Froze Prophet, yeah, it's painful. Shift God, what's good? Shift God. Talal, what's good? Talal, Nicholas, Emily, what's good? Julius Blunt, yo, and Irvik, what's up, bro? Yeah, like I said, this game was, again, credit to the Memphis Grizzlies. They're a great team. I'm not gonna lie, they're a great team.
They
the
won every game
in the West.
They won every game. Every game
They're
they played without Ja Morant this game, they won everyone. So we shouldn't feel too bad because they're good.
No, this is a good team.
They're 15-2 with it. They're 15-2 without Ja.
15-2 without Ja Morant. Yeah, they're a really good team. They're second in the West for a reason. And they gave us a great battle tonight. Starting off the game in the first quarter, we led 40-32. We had 6 turnovers for 13 points. Again, KD and Kyrie did shoot well in that first quarter, but we were just making a lot of sloppy turnovers. We got out rebounding in that first quarter too. James Johnson got in and again bricking shots. I think he got baptized by D'Anthony Melton. D'Anthony Melton was going turned into Allen Iverson in that first quarter and was going crazy in that first quarter. It was insane. I couldn't believe it. They were shooting, I think, like 60% from 3 in that first quarter. Memphis was hot, like really, really hot in that first quarter. By halftime, again, the Nets, KD and Kyrie, great games by them, spectacular games by them. I think they combined for what was it, 80 points each? 80 points together. My fault. 80 points. Yeah, 80 points together, or it was 79? 78. My fault. They combined for 78. Again,
Kyrie has over 100 points in 2 games.
Yeah. Kyrie was spectacular tonight. Halftime, Grizzlies led 76-62. Again, the turnovers and the defense was really bad. I think a lot of it was just Grizzlies were just hitting shots, bro. I mean, we weren't defending that 3-point line, but they were hitting in contested shots that were just like I said, Melton. Sometimes he was hitting fadeaway threes, and I'm just like, how is this possible?
They were killing us on those pick and rolls. We could not. We didn't know. We kept going over them. We kept. I mean, it was terrible. It was terrible. It was horrible. Yeah.
And then once we did, once they got open, there was no hustle to run back and try to contest the 3 that happened 10 times. Like Kyrie did it, KD did it, everybody on the team.
So let me read the super chat. Tyrone Winston said, "We're fine. A team that's normally not good from 3 couldn't miss. JJ has to have his minutes reduced at this point." Yes, thank you, Tyrone Winston. That's facts. Thank you for the super chat. That's all facts.
He needs to be benched. He needs to be benched.
This Memphis team is 24th in 3-point percentage, but this game it was insane. Like I said, they were 60% in that first quarter. I think by halftime they were 50% from 3 at halftime, which was like I said, they were shooting lights out, bro, lights out in this first half. Third quarter they cooled down though a little bit. We made that run. We saw Kyrie go on that little show. He put on a show in that beginning of that third. He had that corner 3, and then he had that foul. I think he had an and 1. Memphis had an 18-point lead. We cut it down to 4. Kyrie had 32, and he had free throws. Then we saw KD cook up at that last 2 minutes of that fourth quarter. He started cooking. I think he was cooking Kyle Anderson.
He was having a bad shooting night.
Who, KD?
Yeah, kind of. He was like,
well, the fourth quarter, KD. The fourth quarter is where KD kind of
in the second half, really like.
No, the third quarter he dropped like 12 or 13.
But no, I'm talking about the fourth quarter is where KD was having trouble with that dude. What the hell's his name? God, was it? Brandon Clark, man. I don't know. That fourth quarter was not. There's a lot of reasons why that fourth quarter didn't.
I was gonna say the fourth quarter. Like I said, we made that run in that third, and then we actually had the lead. We actually had that lead, and like I said, we were down 18, and the Nets fought back. So the end of the third quarter, it was 104-103. I really shout out to Kessler Edwards. His defense in that third quarter was again eye-opening. He made an impact with his defense. He made a good amount of stops, I think, and it translated. It translated in that third quarter. His defense really helped out. But the problem was our bench. Our bench was not good. 104-103. Heading into the fourth quarter, our bench, oh my God. I think Kyrie, who started the fourth quarter? Was it just, it was Kyrie by himself with James Johnson, I think Patty. Who else was in there? Claxton. I think it was Claxton there too. But Kyrie was by himself in that fourth quarter, and we didn't get no. Patty was a dud. Patty sold. Cam Thomas sold. Drummond was, I don't know. We got to talk about Drummond after this, but Drummond was he didn't rebound enough.
You're harder on Drummond tonight than you should be.
I'll ask the chat.
I get what you're saying about we had a talk prior. I can understand AJ's thing about wanting more rebounds from Drummond, but I will say to that point though, this is one of the best second chance points teams that we went against tonight, and everybody was crashing the boards. You arguably it was not a good team game as far as getting rebounds. You could look at Claxton didn't have a great game. I arguably think Drummond had a better game than Claxton. So I get it.
We'll talk about that. I'll just let me just tell it because there's people.
Real quick though, 2 super chats. Shout out to Jelani Scatliff. Would you believe that JJ and Patty combined for 2 rebounds, no points, 3 turnovers, and 6 fouls, and combined a negative 43? And Cam, I'm not letting you slide. JJ and Patty absolutely atrocious tonight. Another one, Brian V. Shout out to you. Cut James, sign Kessler Edwards now.
Yeah, everybody.
We will talk about that too. There's a reason why they haven't done that yet, because if we do, as much as I want Kessler to get that guaranteed right now, if you do that, you lose a year of control of Kessler Edwards. It is more beneficial for the team and keeping that man long-term and under a cheap deal if you give him that guaranteed contract in the offseason. I don't know if they'll change their mind, but I have a feeling they're not going to. And the main reason for that will be is you will lose a year of control of Kessler Edwards at a cheap price, and the Nets are going to try to take advantage of that. But shout out to Brian V and Jelani for the super chat.
Yeah, I was just going to say, well, finishing up the game, because I know people watch these playbacks and don't watch the game. So the fourth quarter came, and like I said, it was close. 7 minutes. It was 109-110 with 7 minutes and 58. Kyrie missed a jump shot. I think Nash saw that the Memphis started making a little bit of run because Cam wasn't giving Kyrie nothing. Patty wasn't giving Kyrie nothing. And, of course, JJ was just stinking it up. So he puts Kevin Durant in the game. And I say Kevin Durant enters the game. He misses a couple jump shots. And I think Kyrie got a little bit of rest in that middle of the fourth quarter. I think Coach took him out for maybe like
2 whole minutes, bro.
It was like a 1 minute rest, and we were still down. I think we were down big by then. It was still like a 118. It wasn't too much of a loss. But then when Kyrie went out, Memphis made a huge run, and I remember Nash just coming in that middle of that fourth. It was like, Kyrie, get back in, but it was a little bit too late. It was a little bit too late, and again, it was.
You had to rest him. It's just that he should not have gone when Kyrie was out. You shouldn't have had James Johnson and Patty. You had enough evidence at that time that both of them were having a shitty game, and you should have gone back to Kessler Edwards, and you should have, at the half, gone to Blake, quite honestly.
Yeah, it just proves a lot that the like I said, the bench did not help us tonight. The bench was 58 bench points to 7.
Yeah, it was bad.
Like it was 57 bad, bench points. Our bench sold us tonight. KD and Kyrie had to drop almost 40 points each. and no one came. We couldn't withstand the Memphis runs without KD and Kyrie on the floor.
No,
you know what I'm saying, or both of them on the floor. Like they had to play 48 minutes tonight for us to win. That's probably
KD played 40 and Kyrie played 40.
They would have to play like the whole game for us to actually stay in the game.
But the best we looked is when you had a combination of KD, Kyrie, Bruce Brown, Kessler, and either Clax or Drummond was in. That's when we looked the best as a team. Everybody else, really didn't show up to play.
Yeah, shout out Easy Money Sniper. He said 7 bench points to 42. That's what it was. 7 bench points to 42 when I looked, and JJ was trash. Yeah. Like I said, our bench sold us tonight. It just proves that, like, even though we have this spectacular scoring of KD and Kyrie, you still need a supporting cast. You still need guys around them to support them. Like, Memphis is a very balanced team. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, like, what do they have? 6 or 7 guys in double figures. So when we have
everybody's saying that they play better without Ja right now. Everybody's saying that they play better.
They're a balanced team. Like I said, they have multiple guys that can give you 17 points, 15 points.
Like,
and then we just have we have 2 scorers and guys that really can't really give. I mean, Cam was supposed to be the third option tonight because, you know, Goran and Dragic is Goran and Seth Curry are not in. But Cam didn't give us enough. Patty wasn't shooting. Patty was 0 for 5. He wasn't shooting, so it's like it was tough. It was tough for the Nets to get anything else but KD and Kyrie.
We have those players that you're talking about. They're just not here right now. Like,
well, I mean, people. I keep seeing people. Yeah, shout out what Julian saying. We had no Seth, no Dragon. I mean,
no
we're
Aldridge.
Still missing. Yeah, we had no Aldridge. Who else are we missing?
No
Obviously,
Joseph.
Well, that's a foregone.
Well, he's done for the year.
Yeah,
Dragic, shout out Elijah Hall. He said Dragic and Curry would have helped tremendously with the scoring. Yeah,
we
didn't have no third guy scoring. The Memphis is scoring. Desmond Bane's hitting threes. Like I said, Melton gave him threes.
Jaren Jackson started to hit
Jaren Jackson's getting buckets. It's like 4 or 5 guys all around giving us
even
buckets.
The announcer said it. Listen, they have guys on the Grizz that can shoot, but even the announcers gave like the percentage rate and where they rank in the league at shooting threes, and they shot light years above what they're ranked in.
Only against the
like
Brooklyn
they were shooting like a top 5 team at 3%.
I couldn't believe how much
it was. Again, that's the
shooting,
story of the Nets, where a team will come in and literally shoot lights out from behind the arc and they always do it above what their standing is and where their stats are. And it was
they shot out of their minds. They shot out of their minds.
They always shoot tremendously better than their averages. It's insane.
Yeah, it's
aggravating, bro. I hate when they was hitting fadeaways from the mid range. I'm like, bro, stop playing good, bro.
Like, who is Brandon Clark and why is he hitting crazy ass shots? Like, who, bro? Oh my God.
Yeah, they literally shot 50% from 3-point tonight.
And it's crazy because despite all of that, this game was still winnable.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think outside of like before Patty and JJ came in, we were up 2 after just coming back from like down 18 at the half. Like we really had most of that momentum before those 2 came in. And it's like you gotta look at Nash, Patty, and JJ. And it favors a little more towards Nash because it's like, granted, you're down Dragic, you're down Curry, you're down LaMarcus. You don't really have much to work with when it comes to the bench, but you have Blake Griffin that gave you pretty damn good minutes last game, and you don't go back to him. You don't go back to that.
Yeah.
He's probably the only guy outside of JJ who should have been benched tonight that was willing to get physical on the court, willing to put his body, get on the floor, and you don't play him.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
Yeah, our defense is going to be suspect until Simmons gets here, if and when he even does. But going into the playoffs, facts to Chubbs, exactly. But our defense though, bro, it's suspect unless we got break. Especially going into the playoffs, I'm comfortable with our scoring ability, but our defense has taken a hit big time, and it's not performing the way it should. We definitely need Ben Simmons if we're gonna go far, because our defense is is going to be suspect.
I said in the third and fourth quarter, I thought the defense. The third quarter the defense was good in that third. The fourth quarter,
JJ and Patty came in.
Yeah, like I said, our defense didn't look too bad until like
but we
until
just
Cam.
When
you put Cam and Patty at the same time, your defense is not going to be good. Cam and Patty win the game at the same time, your defense is not going to be good.
And even JJ, like let's not forget.
JJ, your defense is not going to be good. So it's like those guys, whenever they were on the court, a defense was just a huge L. Defense was a huge L.
And shout out to Hoodie KD. Let's talk about that open dunk JJ had, and he passed it to Kyrie, and that was
Look, that moment.
That was the moment. That was in the fourth, right? That's the moment.
Third. It was.
Is that the third or the fourth? Because there was a turnover.
That was in the middle of us blowing it. Yeah, that was the middle of us losing the momentum in the lead. I don't remember what quarter it was.
No, I perfectly remember it. I don't know why. It was just after Kyrie put us up 2, and JJ actually made a good defensive play to get the steal on the fast break. He beats Triple J to the hoop, and he's in front of him. He has a clean layup, and he passes it behind him to Kyrie, who really was intentional. His intention was to be on the cleanup if JJ missed the layup, and it was that moment that was like the moment that kind of sealed it for us, because we could not recover after that moment. Because after
the chat saying fourth.
After that moment, we just could not get it together after that moment.
Yeah, I agree. That was the moment. That was the beginning of the end. Yeah,
beginning of the end.
That moment. Everything went down.
That's when the momentum changed, and I think Memphis went on a run in that fourth quarter, and it was over after that run. If you're joining us right now, we're just recapping the game.
People are saying it was the third. I don't know. Maybe
I
think it might have been late third.
It was late third. I think.
It was the third because that gave Memphis the chance to go up at the end of the third. It was the third.
Because I'm looking at the play-by-play in the fourth, and JJ made another turnover at 7 minutes.
Yes, he had another fast break to the rim, and he bounced it off his knee, which he didn't need to.
Yeah, he had another turnover that kind of spurred their run in the fourth. I'm trying to look for on a play-by-play, but there was another turnover.
And I see some people making comments about like Blake, and it's like, but listen, it's just. Listen, JJ has his moments, right? But and listen, we've had moments with Blake, but you have to admit, Blake is arguably a lot more consistent, has a better basketball IQ. You saw it in the game the other day, right? Came out, played great for us, and then just Nash, just for some reason, I'm still trying to figure out why Blake is, and you can't use the excuse that he sucks or that's this or that. Like, there's no way. Like, I just don't understand whether he's saving him for the playoffs. I don't know, but it's like nobody can make a case for me that somehow JJ is playing better. The only thing that I could think that Nash keeps him out there is because he is a faster player, right? Like, that's it. That's the only thing I can think of why he would be out there. But JJ has been playing absolutely trash for quite a while now.
Yeah, he hurt us bad.
Frustrating to watch. And it's like, it's just, he has his like hustle moment plays that, you get excited for, or one play where he, like you said, has a good defensive play. But overall, you look at the stat line and it's like, you look at the game, you look at stat line, and if you watch the game, there's no way you can convince me that Blake does not deserve JJ's minutes right now. I'm sorry. Like, there's nothing you can tell me about Blake that's worse than JJ at this point. Like,
yeah. And I want to point out at 9-minute mark, JJ did had an out of bounds lost ball turnover. It was 107, 9:36 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That turnover was a big turnover too, again, because right after that turnover, he lost the ball. D'Anthony Melton made a 3, and it's 110, 107, and that kind of spurred the run gave the Grizzlies a little bit of confidence.
I'm sorry, Eddie, but Blake is very much the answer over JJ at this point.
Read that super chat by Jelani.
Okay, he dropped one.
Yeah, he dropped.
Where did he go?
Some respect on. Gotta put some respect on his money, know what I mean?
Your money?
On his money.
Jelani Scatler, appreciate the super chat. Patty, since February, began to have 74 for 281 and 52 from 245 from 3. I don't know what that is percentage-wise, but I know it's terrible. JJ's defense is foul.
JJ's defense is fouling.
Yeah.
Wait, what's Patty?
Yeah.
He said Patty's 52 from 245 from 3. Damn.
Yeah. Well, shout out to who was it? Doug Norrie from Locked On Nets, because I was like bitching about James Johnson, and I put a tweet out saying like, damn, James Johnson, just please foul out already, right? And he comes back with a tweet saying James is actually 7th in the league in fouling. He's 7th in the league. And then he puts under it. He goes, I think he's going for top 5 tonight. So that should tell you something as well. You have a man that is 7th in fouling in the league, and you're trying to win a close game, and that's who you put in there. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Blake is just by far better than JJ all day long. And I will live with Blake's moments over JJ's anytime. Like, it's just at this stage of the game, it's like I
don't want to see JJ no more, bro.
No, I'm done with the JJ minutes, man.
Blake proved that he played better than JJ last game, and then JJ,
he's a lot more consistent. Like,
he should have got some minutes. He should have got some minutes this game because he was great last game. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, we all knew that people like Blake. We knew JJ. We knew LaMarcus sometimes. I know we mentioned some other players, Bruce Brown, even Bembry was here. Like at the beginning of the season, we talked about this, that some of these players are not going. Like these guys are not going to be ridiculously consistent. Right? Like they're not going to be, but I would much rather deal with Blake's inconsistency over JJ's. Like there is levels to their inconsistency. And if you're thinking JJ, like people just, Blake is not consistent. And if you're not listening to what I'm saying, clearly he's a lot better of an option than James Johnson at this time. If anybody's defending JJ, like you need to go watch some more basketball.
I don't think anybody in this chat is defending.
But when I bring up Blake, people are like laughing, like, "Oh, it's like, dude, okay, so you'd rather see for the people that are hating on Blake right now? Are you telling me you'd much rather see what JJ's doing than Blake? Would you much rather see the guy that's 7th in the league in fouling? Would you much rather see that right now? Because right now, these wins, these regular season wins, they do matter. They do matter. And I understand it's not the playoffs, but it matters.
But speaking of regular season wins, Hornets and Hawks did lose, so that does give us breathing room. But we still should have. This is one of those games where it's like it was so winnable, but it's just like one or two mistakes in hindsight in the moment didn't seem that big, ended up being the main reason we lost, and that's what sucks about this loss. Because Nash not pivoting away from Patty and JJ and the mistakes JJ and Patty made ultimately costed us this game. Because every mistake JJ or Patty did ended up in a 5-point swing, a 3-point swing, a 6-point swing. And talk about it all in the span of like the fourth quarter, that killed everything. That killed everything.
That's a great point. Like I said, if you're joining us right now, we're recapping Memphis Grizzlies beat us 132-120. Like I said, tough loss tonight. KD and Kyrie both went for 40. Kyrie's dropped 43 on his birthday.
Bro, they both went crazy too. Like,
bro, this is like one of them.
They both went crazy.
Remember that game where LeBron and Kyrie had to. You know how everybody uses it on Twitter when they both have 40. This reminded me of that. This reminded me of what they did.
For a while during that game, they literally were both 33-33. Like they were matching each other for a good part of that game. They were going back and forth.
It was just crazy. It was crazy.
What up, Adam? What up? Welcome, Adam. Locked On Nets.
Like I said, it's a tough loss. At the end of the day, it's a good Memphis team. Like I said, we lost to a good team. Yeah.
Somebody said Jorge said Blake is a way better player than me.
I put the poll up, so make sure you hit that like button and make sure y'all vote in the poll. I put the official poll up.
Yeah, this better be an overwhelmingly convincing.
Put who you want in the. If you want JJ over Blake, vote for it in the poll. If you want Blake over JJ, vote for it in the poll.
Why did you make that a poll, bro?
Yeah,
because people are arguing about it in the chat.
Listen, what I want to know is the 4% people that have chose JJ. Please explain yourself in chat.
They probably trolling
and give a legit, right? Like if you're trolling and if you're not trolling, please give a detailed breakdown of why you literally think JJ, like at this point, why you would go JJ over Blake. What's a sweet balance of Kyrie news, excitement, and lost disappointment? Fact. Shout out to Adam.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
Yeah. So, like I said, we'll move on from. Like I said, it's a loss, but we'll just take the L, and we'll go to the great news today. What's crazy about today was you can't make this up. So Saint makes a space at what was it, noon or 1 o'clock?
Well, for me, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I wake up.
It was 1 o'clock, I think, around my time.
For Eastern time, yeah.
Oh, you always start them when I'm in school. It sucks.
Yeah, I was in class all day. I'm like, y'all still going?
So I wasn't even gonna be on it too, but I was just like, you know what? Let me get on it. I think I was like on a break, and I was like, let me get on here and talk. And then so we're talking about Kyrie or whatever. And shout out Manny. If you're watching, Manny, shout out Manny, man. So Manny hits Saint in the DM. This is while the space is going on. I think there's like 100, 200 people in here. Manny hits Saint and was like, yo, I got some news. And we're like, what is he talking about? What news are you talking about? I got some news. So he goes into spaces and he's like, yo, the mayor is going to announce tomorrow at Citi Field that Kyrie is going to be, he's going to lift the mandate. And we were all like, huh? Really?
Well, to be fair, what he said was he came in and he just said, because he wasn't like 100% detailed on the answer. He said it could be news about this. And then he mentioned something else, but he came in and he said Eric Adams is going to have a press conference at Citi Field, and he's going to talk about something like that could impact Kyrie. And he didn't really he didn't just come out and just say it, but.
Mind you, people in the spaces was not they were like, get the F out of here. If you go back to my tweets, go to 2:50. I tweeted at 2:57 p.m. I tweeted the binoculars. I was like, Eric Adams tomorrow, Kyrie. I tweeted it out. And I was like, yo, it's gonna happen. So everybody's like, yo, what are you talking about? This and that. What are you talking about? And then the news just drops. We see the Woj report at like 3 o'clock.
No, to be fair to that story though, when he came in and he said that, I immediately was like, yo, I'm liking what you're saying, Manny, but bro, let's not don't.
Yes, it was like, let's level, keep it level.
Keep it level. We can be excited about this. It is coming from Manny. Manny has been legit with things he said. And we saw zero reports at that point, so it was okay, let's not overreact.
I remember because when I put that tweet out, Rage texted me, he's like, yo, stop trolling us, bro.
Yeah, right. People AJ's already started, and
Rage
then
stop trolling us. AJ, stop trolling. I'm like,
what happens? We end the space, and then it just the floodgates open. Woj, Sham, Politico, everybody and their mom is dropping, mandate's getting lifted tomorrow. Kyrie's playing, and it just the floodgates open.
Shout out Manny, shout out Manny, man. Like I said, if you were in Nets Kingdom Spaces early this afternoon, bruh, you saw it all unfold, literally all unfold. If you know, you know. We broke it first. We broke it first before Shams, Woj, all them before. It was us.
Manny gave the info.
Manny broke it first.
If you want fast news updates, come to Nets Kingdom Spaces. You will not find it anywhere else.
But
we even I won't drop his name, but we even had somebody that was literally works in Major League Baseball. And even he came in and was like, what? I was been in a meeting all day talking about the season and this and that. And he was like, I didn't even hear it. He's like, they said nothing. So he was like what? Suspect. Yeah. And then, of course, obviously it breaks. And I will say this, man, he better come out and say that shit tomorrow, because if not, woo.
It's going to happen. Shams, everybody put it out.
If he gets on Citi Field and starts chanting some bullshit tomorrow, it's gonna be problems.
Get vaccinated. Vaccinated.
I think we all knew it was gonna happen at some point. It was just once the baseball was put in.
Smoke.
The baseball. We try to tell y'all in New York, bro. Baseball is nothing to be played around with in New York. It means a lot. It's really big in New York.
Brian Noble, I believe is truth. I don't think the private employer's mandate will be lifted. I think
I was just going to get into that. It's not, the mandate's not lifted. The private employer's mandate is not lifted.
So
what's happening is it's in
still
consumption.
So people can still get fired for not being vaccinated.
No, you just can't work.
You can't. Wait,
you
so
can't if you're
still get
unvaxxed. You can't work. Well, it's up to the employer, I guess. I think that's how it works.
No. Well,
I'm not totally sure. I'm not totally sure, but
I think it's when it comes. It's when it comes to
private companies.
Yeah,
right.
And I'm not sure if it's an overall thing. I thought it was just city employees, but it might be. I don't know if it's an overall thing where, like, I don't think all companies. No, I think it is. I think if I'm right, and somebody that's smart in this stuff in the chat, is it just still city based?
Yeah, let us know in the chat. Is it city workers or is it private companies?
Because I thought private companies could make
have the
like kind of set their own
could choose
standard.
if they choose if they want vaccinated or unvaccinated. But yeah, what it's gonna be is it's gonna be an exemption. Basically, what Boston did earlier on, it's an exemption for athletes, so they don't have to be vaxxed or unvaxxed. It's just basically an exemption for in-town athletes.
Callaway saying it's okay. Everybody's saying just city workers.
It's cities. Okay, city workers.
I mean, but I will tell you this because there was another video that went out. Like, listen, this overall is a great news. It should have been done a long time ago. But I will say, it's just Adam says it just adjusts the double standard of city athletes
of in-city athletes being unable
where out-of-state players were.
Yes, that's what exactly.
Good. Yeah. Oh, and Callaway, to her point too. Yes, I forgot this. It's private. It's for private over 100 employees. It's in effect. If you have 100 employees or less, no. But if you have over 100 employees, the mandate is in effect. So yeah, shout out to Callaway for putting that in there. So, but I mean, listen, even earlier in the day, you had city workers, a couple fired city workers that like confronted Eric Adams too. Like going, yo, what the hell? Like, so this is just going to create a storm. And Eric, listen, all I care is he lifts it for us so I can stop paying attention to that man and he can go deal with what he's got to deal with New York.
It's still a problem for the city workers. Like I said, I feel bad for the city workers out there and people who can't. Like, it's really a dumb mandate. So like I said, he's gonna have to deal with that blowback. He's gonna have to deal with people in his face, protesters every morning in City Hall. It's gonna be he's gonna have to deal with that.
And listen, if exactly, he's gonna lift this, and it's gonna allow home players to play at home in New York. But it's also going to create a whole lot of crap where people are going to be like, oh, so you're just like giving the more fortunate the opportunity. You know, people that already make, where it's going next, right? But once he announces that, I'm out of that. Don't really care anymore. Yeah, exactly. Lawsuits are going to be filed for sure.
Yeah.
So,
hey, we can finally stop saying his name. Finally, we can stop saying his name.
We don't have to say his name no more. We don't have to talk about no mayor no more. It sucks that for workers, like I said, he waited this whole time just to do the exemption now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have done this exemption a whole couple months ago, but he waited till now to do this exemption thing for athletes.
The pressure of Yankees and Mets, the man does not want that smoke.
I'm telling you, bro. He could have done this exemption thing because it's just the rule is basically just for the athletes. It's not like he's lifting any mandates. You could have had a vaccine mandate. The vaccine mandate could have still been in place, and he still could have done this exemption thing. He didn't have to wait it out and do all this, extra stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He still could have gave out the exemptions, even with the mandate still there. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm pretty sure we might. I don't know about you, AJ, but I'm reserving my girl screaming and my seeing presents on Christmas freak out for when the announcement goes through and that it's lifted. Then I'm gonna be like, yes. I still need to hear.
Oh, you mean tomorrow?
Oh yeah.
Tomorrow? Yeah. We gotta wait for tomorrow.
I'm kind of like saying because when I was hearing all those reports or all that, before the Shams article or whatever, I was like, dude, I'm so numb to this pain. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna think of it. We'll just see and wait. And then here we go. I literally, there's been so much. I've just been hearing optimism. There's optimism. Oh, now they're confident. Optimism.
Yeah, I'm done. I can't. Yeah, exactly. I'm done with the if and when. I've always said at the end of the day, I don't give a shit how it happens. I don't care if Kyrie gets vaxxed. I don't care if they lift the mandate. I don't care what it is. Just please allow this man to play at home so we can kind of get back to having a stronger, something to look forward to for the end of the season. I am going to bring it up because somebody have already started it. Brooklyn's Nets 11. If we play the Raptors and So as of right now, that is still not.
That's still in question. Yeah,
that's still in question, right?
There has been I talked to this person from Toronto, and she basically told me that Toronto is loosening up their restrictions. You have to, for unvaccinated people, you have to take a test. You have to bring in a negative test to enter the country. But as far as like Kyrie playing, we're still not sure. I think they still gotta like. It's still up in the air for Toronto. It's still up in the air. We need to find out more information. But I know they're loosening their restrictions, and unvaxxed people are starting to become like travelers outside of Canada can come into Canada, but they're gonna need a negative COVID test. You know?
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm not. I'm just. Tomorrow is the first step. It's going to be great to finally see Kyrie for people like, especially season ticket holders, right? Like, if anybody that's been gypped of anything as a fan wise, it's been home season ticket holders. So for them to at least be able to get to see Kyrie play at home for 9 more, how many games are left at home, like kudos to that. Good for them, because that's been watching home games in Barclays Center this year. From what I understand, has been atrocious.
I wish I went to the wrong game, bro. I really went to a game the week before that Kyrie is like exempted. I was like,
bro, and I was able to get the Bucks tickets before like.
Those Bucks tickets, you're gonna see Kyrie and KD. Like, that's crazy, bro. That was perfect.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'll see Ben Simmons on the bench.
Shout out, Brian. He said I'm in Toronto. Kyrie still can't play yet. Yeah, well, we know that that restriction thing is happening April 1st, but again, we don't know like the details of what the loosening of the restrictions are going to be.
We gotta wait.
There actually shout out to Brendan. There actually is two little news tidbits on Ben Simmons that Nash dropped today. One of them, I will say, they said that he is. Nash came out and said that Ben is actually getting relief from the epidural, that it's working, it's doing what it's supposed to. That's a positive sign, right? So that's one aspect of like here, if you're looking for positive news on Ben Simmons, that's one of them. 2, he also said, and we talked about this on a Spaces the other day, we all pretty much agreed with this, because I brought up the question. I said, hey, what do you think the odds are if because listen, we got 9 games left in the season, arguably a little less than a month to the playoffs start, and you're dealing with this disc issue. The epidural's been given. He still hasn't done 5-on-5 working out with the team. So that window of if he gets to that point and him practicing with the team and then possibly playing in games before the season over is shrinking very quickly, very fast. However, Nash also did say tonight, when asked, would he put Ben Simmons into the playoff as one of his first games of the season? And he said he would not hesitate to do that. We talked about that the other day because I asked that question. I said, do you think Nash and the Nets would put him in the playoffs as his first game as a Net? And everybody was like, no. And I kind of agreed with it too. And it's like,
so would Nash say that?
Nash, yes, he literally said that.
He said he would play him in the playoffs?
Yes. He would not have a problem with putting him in the playoffs as his first game as a Net. So
that's tough.
That gives you an idea of they really want Ben. And this is where the only way I see that being okay is if he gets a ton of run with this team practice-wise before the season, right? Say maybe he gets 1 or 2 regular season games, or say he doesn't, and they just get him healthy and then just get him in practice.
It's like he knows, like I said, he knows all the offense and the little things and the plays because he's been around the team for a long time now. It's just about getting on the floor and executing, getting that chemistry going.
It's just worrying about him maybe being rusty or just knowing how to just
and if he's healthy
that we've been seeing. We have to that's the only worry is just how is he going to look? Is he going to look like Ben Simmons? Is he going to be able to play great defense? He's going to be able to bring you facilitating, finishing, this and that,
So I mean, but let me ask you this question too, and I'll throw it back to you, Rage. I get what you're saying. But even still, if a playoff game is his first game as a Net, he's arguably going to be better than JJ. He's going to be better than Bruce Brown. He's going to be, if he's healthy and he's ready to go, he's going to be better than a handful of guys on our team that
he'll be our third best player.
Like he'll be better than Blake. He'll be better than JJ, right? Like
he's like the icing on the cake.
Yeah. So
he's the icing on the cake because I think KD and Kyrie is we can go through the playoff run with KD and Kyrie, but if we add Ben to that, that's just like the
this was the game. This was the game where I think we needed it, bro.
So I mean, those two. I mean, so as far as Ben Simmons news, hearing those two things I think they're positive. I understand Brendan chemistry, but you're still telling me that Ben Simmons can't fit in and play better than James Johnson is right now. Like if I'm looking at what's there and what we've been complaining about and what we saw tonight from certain people that Ben Simmons would play in their position, there's no way you could convince me that he would play worse than James Johnson. There's just no way.
James Johnson.
So,
and like I said, he's gonna have to have a lot of practice run. He's gonna have to have like a lot of we're gonna have to. It has to be multiple practices of him running plays, KD, Kyrie, him going 3-on-3s or 4-on-4s, like getting
full action.
Exactly.
And if the back progresses the way it's supposed to,
if he's not doing that, just hold him out until.
No, but I'm just saying, if he keeps getting relief and the back gets it, and he gets to the point where he can ramp up, you have close to about a month to get him ramped up for the playoffs. That's not a bad thing. A lot, like if he stays healthy and everything keeps going positive for Ben, a month is more than enough to get him figured out and plugged in and know how to work with the team. I'm not worried about Ben. I mean, people need to stop with the Ben in the clutch time. You've got KD and Kyrie and a ton of other shooters.
Ben in the clutch. Why would Ben have the ball in the clutch?
I'm not. Yeah, like, people are overblowing that, just like they're overblowing the.
You have KD and Kyrie.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Like KD and Kyrie, like Ben is arguably the last person we expect to do something on offense when it comes down to it. Like, I expect LaMarcus Aldridge to do something before Ben.
There's still questions though, because we haven't seen him play with two people like this. He doesn't strike me as like an ego-driven person, like he wants the ball. But there's still some question marks because he doesn't strike me as that. But like, we don't know. What if he like,
his funny thing you say that, Julian. His problem is he don't have enough ego. Like he passes sometimes too much. Like he gotta like get some.
He's never played with like he played with Joel, but Joel was center. Like he's playing with two guard like players.
He overpasses sometimes, bro.
He's playing with two demigods, and the thing is, like I feel like his presence is going to be really, really felt because like you see how like he'll dunk on someone or something like that, and he'll just like he'll have that like he has that asshole mentality. Like he's on his bullshit. We need that. And
can we just stop this? I'll take JJ taking last shot over Simmons. Like, get out of here. This is like a third or fourth. No, they're not trolling. They're serious, dude. There's people that are in our Discord that literally look at Ben Simmons like he's trash.
JJ is.
Why are these guys taking last shots?
Your poll, by the way, is 94% for Blake and 6% for JJ.
Yo,
you 6% voters are morons.
Yo,
6% voters.
That's 6%. Y'all eat the banana flavor of the Laffy Taffy.
Y'all clown.
Yo, that's 6%.
That banana Laffy Taffy is actually disgusting. Like it's.
He said those 6% voters is eating banana Laffy Taffies. That's weird. That's a bad look. You're down bad.
I saw someone say on Twitter that Ben Simmons with a broken back is better than fucking James Johnson. That's
facts.
All right, bro. It's too early for troll hours, bro.
Bro, if he's not gonna get a chance to like practice and like learn, like be the point guard on this team, like, and we just have to throw him in, like I would want him as the center because I think it would be easier for him to get a hold of. Like I think for him to play at the 1 and Kyrie at the 2, I feel like that would take more reps.
Oh yeah, Ben at the 5, yeah. I feel
like that's the easiest way to plug him in. Like if he doesn't get practice, like I feel like that'd be the easiest way.
When Ben Simmons gets here or whatever, and you can play him at the 5, I just wonder like who's going to be that guy, and you still have to wait for LaMarcus to come back. Like who is the guy? Is Claxton going to start getting DNPs?
I mean, you can put him 4. You can put him 4 or 5.
You don't think so? I mean, when LaMarcus Aldridge comes back, you still have Drummond, and then you add on Ben Simmons to the mix, and you can just decide what you want to do there. Like, it's just tough because, like, remember, obviously Claxton has proven himself ever since LaMarcus got injured, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on in Nash's head. Like, I can see Claxton getting DNPs. I can see it.
For me, I don't think Ben's gonna be ready until like possibly second. If we go second round, I think he won't be ready until then, bro. I don't think Nets fans are like think he's gonna be back in 2 weeks. No. I think it's gonna be like if we make a deep playoff run and maybe back in like second round.
I don't even want to make it like an assumption because like it could be way less or way more or like because I don't even know. But like it's just, I said this earlier. Like this, we're in the toughest position right now just for all this shit to happen. Like it's just unfortunate.
Yeah. Shout out Elijah Hall. He said I think it's Drummond starting, then Clax at the 4, LA at the 5.
Wait, what?
What the fuck? What are you
Elijah Hall? Is he talking about? What are you talking about, Elijah? You talking about? I think it's Drummond starting, then Clax at the 4 and LA at the 5.
I kind of understand, but I don't understand
the depth when Ben comes. Like Drummonds are starting, Clax will be more of a power forward position, and LA will be like the backup.
So you think Ben Simmons will start with Drummond? That's what he's saying.
And if it keeps James Johnson off the floor, I'm all for it.
I'd rather see Claxton.
Clax is going to come off the bench. I think Clax is going to come off the bench.
I'd rather see Claxton, Ben Simmons than Drummond and Ben Simmons. I just would rather. I don't know. There's something about it.
Yeah, like I said, Steve Nash has a lot to think about. If like I said, if Ben Simmons is healthy in the playoff run, he has a lot to think about with these rotations.
I wonder. I feel like LaMarcus will work fine with Ben Simmons because LaMarcus can space the floor.
Yeah, LaMarcus was fine.
They were nice together. That's kind of a duo that I've been thinking about. Like at 4 and 5, I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm seeing people in the chat like Gary Burns says Ben is playing point guard, but I'm seeing a lot of people that are like they don't want Ben Simmons to come back, and I look at it this way. Ben Simmons wants to play. The Nets want Ben to play, and I think what they're doing right now is they're doing everything possible to set him up for success to do that. And they're gonna play it out. And if it works and he gets healthy and the pain goes away and he's able to do all the things that he can do, I think they will play him. But I do believe if there's any question of like that back and it's just not like he's close, but it's still showing these, I think they will shut him down. I think they're doing the best that they can do to get him to play. I mean, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? But I also don't think they're gonna. But I know, but there's a lot of. I mean, but listen, it's a viable.
You don't think they want to? They don't want to risk it. They don't want to risk it.
Yeah, because back issues are not.
But if that's why, okay. But I thought you were talking about like they didn't want him to come back. It's just
no. A lot of people are saying they don't want him to come back because of the back. They want it to rest. They want him to be healthy. I mean, listen, I don't think we're going to – I think this Ben Simmons back issue is going to be here next season, the season after, unless dude gets surgery on something, right? Like, I don't think this is an issue that's going to go – it's just going to go away. The guy has a history of back issues. When you have a bulging disc, that's not like something that just goes away. So – I'm all for making sure that they, ramp him up. It makes perfect sense why it's been so long. It's like you don't fuck around with back. So, listen, they're going to give him a shot. If he can make it in there and he can play and it's not a risk, they're going to go for it. But if not, I think they're going to shut him down if there's any question that it could make it worse or it just hasn't gotten any better.
And if they do that's cool. But like, where's LaMarcus? Like where?
Still haven't gotten any word on his hip.
Because that's a big thing.
Yeah,
I posted a video when he was on the bike.
I saw with LaMarcus. I did see a report. He's coming. He will be back next week, but his status for Sundays game isn't out. He won't be playing Saturday.
If we have LaMarcus, Seth, and Dragic going into the playoffs with or without Ben, I'm cool, especially if like they don't want to risk Ben's health. I'm cool with him coming back next year if he has to. But we need those three players. We need Aldridge. We need Seth. We need Dragic. We need.
How have y'all been feeling about Goran's play recently?
I'm all
after this game. He is desperately needed. He is definitely needed.
It's
a night and day difference. It's a night and day difference.
When you have to rely on him, that's when it's not good. But when he's like with the our stars, he plays great.
Yeah,
when he KD
he's our best playmaker.
You can see his what do you call it? His veteran presence. He's still learning to play with the team. You saw that a couple times with passes to KD and other thing, and just figuring out where other guys like the ball. But from what I've seen, just in the short amount of time, I'm a lot more comfortable with him running the point than I am Seth, than I am Patty, than I am JJ. Like, I mean, they are needed. Exactly. Shout out to EJ. Oh, shout out to Mark Rez for the super chat. Shout out to MLB for helping us get Kyrie back. I thoroughly enjoyed tonight's game despite the L. Them Grizzly boys got heart. Yeah, facts.
Shout out Mark Rez.
Yeah. EJ Ugly, Dragic and Seth are needed. Yeah, AJ just said it best. Like, when you see a game like tonight and you look at what Dragic has been able to do since he got here, exactly. T-Blow, he brings stability. Like, his stability is great for this team, and a veteran point guard that knows how to run the point. Like AJ said, if you got to rely on him, but what is that game where he's when you
gotta like rely on him? When you gotta rely on him, it's not too good. But when
we're healthy, we won't have to like rely on him.
But we
don't have to rely on him when he's good. But all he has to do is come in and get 5 assists and 10 points. Usually,
but he showed you at 35, he could still come in and get 20-something points, like he did the other game.
But here's the thing: for like the past couple games, he's on the streak giving us over 5 assists. Like, he's been giving us 7 assists. I think one game he had 10 assists. Yep. So if anything, that's impacting already. And I don't know about y'all, but he's washed. But if y'all say y'all rather have Patty Mills or James Johnson bring the ball up and play make over Goran Dragic,
I think Patty would have played better tonight if Goran was here off the bench with him.
Yeah, he would get to his spots way more.
Yeah, exactly. No, we need him. I was surprised Miami gave him up like that, bro. He was their best player in the 2020 playoffs, bro. Like, why you give him up? Stupid.
What NBA fans don't realize is how important role players are to championship teams. Like, they're arguably the most out, because stars are going to be stars. But stars can't play 48 minutes every game.
And stars also will have bad games.
The best all-time teams have a good supporting cast.
You need role players. You need a supporting cast to win championships. That's
perfect example. Yeah, perfect example. 2011 Mavs, Sean Marion, Jason Terry, what's it? JJ Barea. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like,
even that big 3 Miami Heat team, bro. Mike Miller, Ray Allen.
And then you got the Lakers, and then you got the Lakers.
It was decent.
And then you have like the Lakers and Spurs with Robert Horry.
That was good.
Warriors, Sean Livingston.
I always say Warriors and
Sean
really
Livingston
and Toronto in 2019. Fred Van Fleet, Siakam, Danny Green until
still need role players for win chips.
Yeah, you need good
Lakers 2020. Like I said, you look at any top 10 all-time team, right? Think whatever your list is, and I guarantee you they'll have like an elite ass.
Yeah, supporting cast. Facts.
Robert Horry, man.
Oh, shout out Isaac. He said Mario Chalmers. I forgot about Mario Chalmers. He was cooking on that Heat team. I forgot about him.
Him and LeBron was going to fade on the bench. I remember watching that game. It's really funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of role players, stop playing with Sean Marion's name. I saw that rant he had on Spaces. Stop playing with
hilarious.
him. Stop playing with the Matrix. Stop playing with him.
That was bad funny. That rant was hilarious.
On Dallas, right? When he was
not even Dallas, but Phoenix. Sean Marion
bro,
is a defensive unit.
Bro. That Mavericks team went through OKC. They went through the Lakers. Like, people be acting like that team was trash, bro. That team was elite, bro. That team deserved that championship in 2011.
Sean Marion had Kevin Durant and LeBron in a straitjacket, and that's not even a hyperbole. He had them two in a straitjacket during that run. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Kendrick Perkins, chill out.
Let me read some comments. He said Kendrick Perkins was the key to.
He was a good piece.
He was. He's speaking facts.
Rondo was the key, but Kendrick did.
It was Rondo and Perk.
Rondo
and Perk. Perk was speaking.
Perk
I told you, role players you're always going to see behind the great star. You're always going to have the role players, bro. I'm telling you. Sham said we need to give Seth a couple games off. JJ will play a role in this playoff shot of Champagne Poppy. He will play a role in the playoffs. Okay. Champagne said he's going to play a role in the playoffs.
What role would that be?
The professional foul.
He's
if you don't want,
he's the PJ Tucker. He's the PJ Tucker.
Just get fouled.
JJ, get in and foul Giannis.
Don't disrespect PJ Tucker like that.
You get in and foul Giannis. That's what JJ.
Bro,
get in and foul Giannis.
Right, no, it was funny. It was funny in the halftime spaces when Cash mentioned, like, bro, you can play Blake. He fouls just as good as James Johnson, just as good.
Yeah. EJ Ugly said need Ben Simmons so he can guard Tatum, Jimmy, and Middleton, so KD can just focus on offense. Yeah. Like I said, Ben Simmons would be a plus, but like I said, I still am confident KD and Kyrie can get us there.
No, we can, bro. We've seen that.
I'm still confident they can get us to the final.
We can bend teams over, bro. What? We've had some of our most dominant wins with just them.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say need Ben Simmons, but it would be. Trust me, we do want Ben Simmons out there. Yeah,
we want us like
it's the icing on the cake in games like this where you were in need of defense. Has been Ben Simmons. Is just.
But we still have the cake. You know, we still have the cake. It's just the icing. The cake is still is still good because we cooked it right. It's moist. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but some people don't like the cake without ice cream, though. Some people don't like the cake without ice cream.
We have to rebake the cake because someone just ate it.
And you gotta and
you have to rebake it. But the cake is there. It's just the icing.
And sometimes, if you like me, sometimes I pick the icing off. You know, like if you like me, I just like
take the icing. You're crazy.
Y'all eat the cake without the icing,
bro. It's too much sweetness, bro.
What is
like
wrong
with buttercream.
What is wrong?
I like whipped cream icing, but like that buttercream, that shit is thick, bro.
Shout out to Todd Packer.
That's like eating a peanut butter jelly without peanut butter, bro.
I like
imagine just like Julian. Imagine eating a jelly sandwich. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like come on.
I mean,
bro.
not gonna lie. I used to eat jelly sandwiches growing up because I didn't like peanut butter.
What the fuck? Jelly sandwiches?
I don't know. I didn't like it because mind you, it was like.
Wait, real quick. Shout out to Mark Rez. Nets need to step up their perimeter defense because for some magical reason, every team we play all of a sudden turn into Bird, Ray Allen. Yeah, exactly. 100% facts. Yeah. And Todd Parker, icing off. Who hurt you?
Bro, it's too much, bro. Bro, I swear to God, I just like the cake. I just eat the bread, bro. I promise you. I'll pick the whole shit off.
But yeah, like I used to eat jelly sandwiches because like I never really drank anything when I was younger. So I would just eat shit straight. So like the peanut butter would just dry up my mouth. I ain't got nothing really.
So you're eating jelly sandwiches and
no milk,
no bev, no
bev. I used to eat with no bev. I don't know how.
Dude, that is horrible.
I used to eat with no bev.
All right. If you're joining us right now, we just recapping the game. We lost to the Memphis Grizzlies 132-120. Kyrie, the breaking news tonight. Kyrie is free. He is he's home. He's home. Yo, that Sunday game. What? That Sunday game. Let me see how much tickets are, guys. Tickets probably like jumped up crazy with the tickets, bro.
Thankfully, I bought mine. It was like $55 for my ticket. I don't know how.
You bought it early though? Or you bought it like
recently? The minute the news came out, I went on SeatGeek so quick.
Before everybody figured it out.
I know they might be sold out if you look right now. It might be sold out. That Sunday game, Kyrie's home return Sunday game is going to be rocking in the clay.
The only bum thing that even if he comes out tomorrow and says it's getting lifted, and then gives like a later date, that will be like a little bit of a letdown. But as long as he gives like a date or says it's effective immediately and it's before the playoffs, then I'm happy. Right? Like that's all.
But Sham said he would be eligible for Sunday.
Something in the background. Is somebody watching something?
Sham and Woj said that.
Is that me?
Yeah, somebody has somebody in the background. I think it's Spaces or something, or the TV. Sham said he was eligible on Sunday, but again, I guess we gotta wait till Eric Adams actually says it.
We just gotta wait and see. But it's
till Eric Adams says it. Shams was like he's eligible to play Sunday.
Bro,
first it was Woj. Then Shams came out with a way more detail. Like he's making an announcement tomorrow. So
came up with a couple tweets. Bro,
y'all ready for that championship? Y'all not ready for that championship. Y'all not ready.
Well, let's not do that right now.
Bro,
let's not.
Yo, I called it. Remember that stream where everybody was down?
As soon as Eric says it's eligible, we doing that the whole way.
No, we are not doing that.
I'll wait until Eric.
You're not ready.
I'll wait until Eric, but as soon as Eric says,
Julian,
okay, we'll do
so. Just because we get Kyrie home does not mean instant championship.
You're right. If we get LaMarcus,
the one guarantee
we get LaMarcus.
LaMarcus, you stupid.
Yeah, you're right.
No, I'm just saying. Listen, I said, and we all agree, with no Kyrie, there's no cup, right? Like home games. Now Kyrie's here. You definitely can make a very deep run, but I do think in order to win it all, we're gonna need Ben Simmons, and we're gonna need everybody back healthy. Other than whatchamacallit. You made me lose my train of thought.
So you're saying when KD and Kyrie need Ben to get to the
and the reason why I say it is I'm not comfortable with our bench, bro. I'm not. I've seen enough where I've seen enough of our bench that I'm happy with it, but the defense has been suspect, and I feel like you need a little bit more to like outright like run the table, especially as much as that we've dealt with, and especially you're still talking a season where Kyrie and KD barely played together. I know that's not much of a concern, but then you're adding in other players. I'm just not there yet. Like, I am very confident in a deep run in the playoffs with Kyrie playing home games. But if you're talking me personally, this is for me personally. If you're talking,
that's a good question, bro. I'm gonna ask the chat.
If you're talking about winning the chip, I think you need Ben Simmons in there.
Even with all our role players, you still think we need Ben Simmons.
Here's a bigger question.
That's my opinion. I mean,
I'll say this: our bench clearly is superior to last year's. There's bigger upsides to our bench this year than last year. There was times where it's like, this bench there's nothing with this bench, no matter what we did.
Our bench was a liability.
In the Buck series, bro, our bench was suspect.
We played 7 guys in Game 7. 7.
Yeah. This bench, you expand that. Goran Dragic, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond. And on top of that, LaMarcus Aldridge and it's Claxton off the bench. That's like four or 5 guys right off the bat.
I think some people but I think some people are bringing up the depth aspect of things where, yes, we definitely have better depth than last year. I'm just not 100% sold on that yet in the playoffs yet. I need to see it. I need to see a consistent full games of KD, Kyrie, and the current bench that we have all healthy. Because if we have anybody that's not healthy on our bench going into the playoffs, we've seen how quickly that gets out of hand for us. Yeah. So that's why I'm basing that. Like, if you don't have a healthy bench going into the playoffs, no. And if you don't have Ben Simmons, no, in my opinion. That's why I'm saying you need a full healthy bench, and you really need Ben. I mean, you really do, in my opinion, to win it all.
Yeah.
I believe depth. I definitely think we can get deep into the playoffs, but I'm not sold on just because Kyrie can play home games, we're winning it all. I'm not sold on that. There's a lot of good teams out there, guys, like that are not shitty teams. And we still haven't been fully healthy. We've only had glimpse of it all season, that things looked great. And, we blew out teams. But I think we need Ben just as much as we need Kyrie to really win it all this year, personally.
You wildin'.
No, I'm just trying to speak.
I put it up in a poll, man. So make sure you guys vote in that poll. Go ahead, Drew.
I was saying as much as you need Kyrie. That's a bit OD.
No, I'm saying no. I don't think so. Why? He's an integral part of the team.
Equally, like you saying as much. So we
if you're saying we needed, but people were saying we needed a Harden, Kyrie, and KD to win it all.
Oh, I never said that.
Now all of a sudden, because Harden's not
here. I never said that.
But Saint, you have to look at it this way. In the playoffs, if you really want to look at it, injuries was our downfall. And with those said injuries, we had to call upon guys to do things that clearly wasn't suited to do.
Of course, but also the East was a lot weaker last year too.
Of course.
The East has gotten significantly better.
Of course. But here's the thing. The actual moment that sealed the deal for us getting eliminated was Kevin Durant's foot on the line.
Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you, but you can't compare last year's playoff run to this year's potential playoff run when the teams are drastically different and the East is not a cakewalk anymore.
I mean,
you could arguably say the East was a lot easier and quicker than last year. Hey, Haas, I don't even Haas. No offense, bro. I don't know you. I'm not just gonna drop I'm not just gonna drop you a link to come in and talk. So if you're out, peace out. Appreciate you coming by, giving the view. But he's like, I'm out. No link. I'm out. It's like.
But Saint, you also got to add on the element. The playoffs are very unpredictable. Like, for one thing, apparently everybody just forgot about it. Miami got 4-1 last year.
Yeah, but
literally got 4-1 last year.
I mean, the Miami got a little bit better, but like everything else, I mean, yeah, the Sixers was formed, but the Bucks are pretty similar. Like
the Bucks are great,
and I don't think Philly does anything. I feel like we're a bad matchup for them.
Hey, and we're leaving out the Celtics, the Celtics team we played
last year.
They
did get better.
Don't say ew, because they've been one of the hottest, best teams since the All-Star break. They are a lot better than they were last season, and it's not going to be
the majority of the season. They were pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, like I said, I mean, I'm just saying for me, my own personal view on it. I just think. I just can't. I just think we have a much bigger, stronger conference. I still think we have question marks. We're still dealing with health issues of our bench, and I think you can't just rely on KD and Kyrie, because we are going to have games like we had tonight in the playoffs where where most of the players don't show up, like KD and Kyrie. It is going to happen.
That's what we have Dragic and Aldridge. That's what we got them for.
But hey, listen, I'm not going to argue the point. I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying for myself.
I need like I said, saying they're not alone, because like I said, there's people in this poll that are voting.
What the poll said?
Do KD, Kyrie need Ben Simmons to win a chip? 62% said yes, 38% said no, and it's climbing for the no. It's climbing a little bit.
I feel like Ben Simmons
people are still iffy about if
he is needed. Yeah, let's not act like he's a pure luxury. Like, no, he's needed.
No, he's needed, bro. We lost that. Even though Harden was doing what Harden did this year, you literally, like, there's no way you can tell me that losing Harden, like, on some level it helped us, but at the same time you took a huge play, like a player that can still give you things that even though Harden was ass, right, and we saw what he was doing, there were still many nights where that guy was, giving you double digit.
He was still an all-star.
Double digit, like he was giving you close to double digit rebounds. He was still scoring above 15. Like, he was still giving you something that is better than other players on our team. So yeah, it in a way it's a loss, but ultimately in the end of the day, it's a gain for us. But we haven't been able to really play. I think Seth and Drummond have done great to kind of fill the spot for what we lost in Harden. But I have more belief in Seth having consistent games than I do Drummond and even other players. So I don't know. That's just my thought on it.
Shout out Mark Rez. He said, "I'm not scared of any team in the playoffs. I'll stand by my prediction. That's for the championship and documentary from me and AJ."
That's right. I remember when he said
Mark, that. Man. Yo, me and you, Mark. I told you, Mark, you was with me that one stream. Like, it was a couple of streams ago where nobody was like, "Yo, we're not winning nothing," and I was like, "Nah, we got the chip." Mark was like, "Yo, I got the film. I'm a filmmaker. We're gonna make the documentary," and I'm like, "Yo, Mark, we're gonna lock in soon, man. Get that 30 for 30 ready. We'll do our own 30 for 30 the next season, man.
Yeah,
we'll do our own."
I mean, listen, but like I said, I mean, this news, it is going to be a much better, in comparison to we thought how this season was going and how it was going to end. I think we're getting to at least end on a positive note, opposed to what we potentially thought may happen. I will say that, like,
somebody said Ben is the defensive key that we need down the stretch in games to control the other team's best perimeter players. I agree. And this is important too. When Kessler's not going to be with us in the playoffs, so that even hurts. That hurts our defense a lot more.
Yeah,
too.
Thank you.
Yeah, that hurts our defense a lot more.
No Kessler Edwards. And for the people that were screaming about Kessler Edwards being in the playoff, say it again. The only reason why he won't be there is because if they guarantee him, they lose a year of control at a very cheap price. And if you are the Nets and you know how the Nets every season are going to have to constantly re-sign 7 to 10 guys almost every season, you want to have control of Kess as long as possible at a cheap price, and guaranteeing his contract right now removes a year from that, and then you have to wind up paying that man a lot more, a lot quicker. So it doesn't make sense for the Nets. As much as I do believe I would love for him to be there on our bench for the playoffs,
Bruce is going to have to step up, and Bruce did a great job stepping up last year. Like what he did to Chris Middleton, those games, bro. Bruce was locking up like those couple.
And even
games,
for
bro.
people that were shitting on Blake too, Blake stepped up.
Blake was guarding on as well too. Like I said, guys just going to have to need to step up.
People seem to forget that too about Blake. All the Blake haters seem to forget how that man stepped up in the playoffs last year as well. More confidence in him in the playoffs than JJ. No, Melo D, that's only goes for Kessler. It only goes for people on the two ways.
DDJ will be the second, the other guy too. DDJ and Kessler.
No, DDJ has a guaranteed contract. So
DDJ is two-way. DDJ's two-way.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought you were saying Dayron. Yeah, DDJ and Kessler have the two ways, but Cam and Dayron, they have guaranteed. So
yeah, Cam and Dayron,
they're going to be there.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's great to have them in the stash, though. It's great to have those guys in the stash.
And it's good to know that Dayron Sharp is getting burned in the G League.
Yeah. He'll be back. He'll be back up soon.
Somebody asked about Seth Curry's ankle. Word is he's going to play in Miami on Saturday.
Yay!
Oh, all right.
That's what they're saying. They're saying that Dragic and Seth will probably be ready by Saturday. It is Wednesday.
They got time.
They've had rest since yesterday. The other day, they didn't play today. They're not playing Thursday. They're not playing Friday. So that's still a lot of therapy and rest. So hopefully they will be back. At least one of those guys be back for that game would be nice.
Yeah.
They haven't said how serious their injuries are, but I'm getting the vibe.
You don't sound
I think Nash said something above. Somebody asked them, I think pregame. I don't have the exact quote, but it didn't sound like it was something to be too concerned about for Dragic and Seth.
They were both game time decisions, so it's not that serious.
Yeah.
What was Dragic's injury?
His knees. He has the brace on his knee.
Left knee soreness.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mark Rez again. Appreciate super chat. My boy said if the Nets go in as the AC, they're not making it out of the first round. I told him he must not remember the 07 Warriors versus Mavs playoffs.
Yeah. No team want to see us as an AC. Are you dumb? Like, come on. Us as an AC? No team want to see us.
The We Believe Nets. I'm with it. The We Believe Nets. I'm with
AC. I'm trusting. They'd rather tank games than see KD and Kyrie as that AC.
That's low-key like a 2.5 hour documentary, right?
Facts.
Yeah. Oh, and real quick, and when we were asking why Drummond was out, and they said no, it was like sickness, non-COVID. He was actually he had gotten his booster shot for COVID, and he was feeling crummy from the effects of the booster, and that's why he was out.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all this before we take questions. Which team is better defensively? Our last year's team or this year's team going into the playoffs?
This year's team.
This year's Jesus Christ. And anybody say last year's team?
I'm saying that because last playoffs, remember how everybody clowned us about our defense, and then when we got into the playoffs, like their defense was actually like really good.
And we had arguably worse defenders last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like our defense was actually like pretty good in the playoffs.
If our team put an effort, bro, we can do something pretty good. If
our defense is good when you play with effort, and then you add on Ben Simmons to that, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Our defense was last year. We got clowned, and in the playoffs, it's like we started locking up. So it's like I don't know. So this year,
it just needs to be decent, bro. Because we could still put 135 on you in the game. Well, with the combination of our players, we could put 130 on you very easily.
Yeah, I have not seen this core give up 150 like we did numerous occasions last year.
Oh my god, yeah, we were giving up 150 like every game.
We were literally giving up 130,
I remember that,
150 on a consistent basis.
Against Atlanta,
I don't think y'all understand. We were giving up like 130 balls to teams, 120 balls to teams.
And this is why I just sorry to jump in there. I just read a tweet from Brian Lewis said Kevin Durant on Kyrie potentially being allowed to play at home. And he said, "Yeah, I don't think it's official. Just been hearing rumors and stuff. So once it's official, I can speak on it." See, that's where I'm like.
That's what KD said.
Yeah, that's what KD said, and I understand it, but I'm just saying that's
he
like
can't say it and then because.
Yeah, like
what if he came out and said, "Oh yeah, he's gonna do"? I think that was a big question because
he's just proving my point of the way I like when some like today on Spaces they were trying to get at me because I wasn't like freaking out like Cash and Brandon. They were all screaming like girls, and I'm just like, no. They're like, come on, get excited. I'm like, listen. I said there's an air of excitement. Like I know it's soon. I just said I'm sorry. The last 2 seasons have ruined getting exciting for this team. So I need to see it and hear it, and then I can lose my shit, right? Like I'm with KD on that. Like I can't really get too crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron Judge also said I'm happy Kyrie can play at home games.
Aaron Judge said that? Oh,
yeah, Aaron Judge said that. Yeah.
All right, I'll put y'all questions in the chat before we end this. Put @Saint in the comments. We'll answer anything you guys have to say. It could be whatever. It don't even have to be about basketball. Just put @Saint in the comments. Thank you guys.
Yo, Chubbs, bro. Yo, y'all miss out on Tyreek Hill, bro. How do you feel?
Hold on.
Tyreek Hill, the new Miami Dolphin.
The minute I saw Jets in Miami, I was like, bro, my heart sank. I'm like, there's no way we're getting him. Because Tyreek lives in Miami. So I knew it was going to be a long shot for us to even get him. But I knew if we did get him, we're going to pay him so much money, it low-key could backfire on us. And that was the case. And Harden just went down bad on his knee. Like I'm watching the Sixers game, Lakers game.
Is it hurt?
He went down. He went down pretty bad on his knee. Like I'm mad, but it's like we would have given him so much money, it would have fucked up our cap anyway. So I'm not too mad, but it's like it's Tyreek Hill. Dude. Like you make that move.
Choosing Jersey over Miami.
I don't not picking Jersey over Miami. I'm not gonna lie. If I was in your position, bro, I would say fuck all that, bro. I'd be pissed, bro.
But here's the thing: we were gonna give him the bag. Like that's the thing. We were gonna get the whole deal was they wanted the 10th and the 5th round picks. We were like, we're not gonna give that, but we're gonna pay Tyreek a shit ton of money. Like
I don't know who's a worse quarterback though. Tua Tagovailoa or Zach Wilson.
Here,
it's probably Tagovailoa.
Is it Tua turn the ball over?
Turn the ball over. Yeah, Tua has no real deep threat with his arm. Like he has no real pinpoint.
Bro, I had the funniest meme, bro. I gotta send it to you, bro. This shit's hilarious.
Hey, there's a couple, I want to refocus. A few questions came in, but I will read this. Kyrie Irving opened his press conference saying he wouldn't talk about hypotheticals. When asked what legacy his stance would have, he replied, "You didn't hear my statement when I walked in. Don't put me in a position until anything's official." So the Nets are
Nick Friedel.
Yeah, no,
that was Nick Friedel he be baiting Kyrie all the time. Well, Brian Lewis and him be baiting Kyrie all the time, bro. They try to bait Kyrie with these questions.
Shout out to Cypher. Do you believe Nash can coach this team to a championship? The fact that he doesn't play Blake over JJ is a huge red flag regarding his judgment. I won't disagree with you on that judgment aspect. If he does have all the pieces, like I said earlier, I do believe he can coach this team to a chip, but I do believe you're going to need all those pieces there in order for that to happen.
My one question to this is like, can you like dictate his whole coaching fate over like not playing Kessler over James Johnson? Like, I don't know.
I mean, I listen. Yeah, have I been happy with Nash as a coach more than after the Harden trade? Yes, right? Are the red flags still there? Is there still issues with Steve Nash? Totally. But I have overall been happy with a little bit. I've been overall happier with Steve Nash after the Harden trade than pre. I will say that. I do think Harden brought a lot of problems that really made Nash look bad. Now I think that's less, but there's still issues. We're not complaining about timeout calls. We're not complaining about challenges. We're not complaining about his energy on the bench anymore. I think the one thing we are continually questioning about Steve Nash is the choice to play a certain player or players when they just visibly have had a shitty game from start to finish, and for some reason they don't move. He doesn't move off those players. However, I do believe that tightens up when the playoffs happen, and if we have the pieces that we're supposed to have and everybody's healthy, yeah, I think he can do it.
And like, sorry to like randomly change the subject. Like, I really just peeped it. We could have had Tyreek Hill. Like, bro.
All right.
Bro,
hey,
we could have we could have had he was right there. Like,
hey, Callaway, yes, I am feeling a lot better. I appreciate the asking the question. Now it's just not testing positive. Other than that, feeling a million times better. Shout out to Armando Lara, who will be the X factor going into the playoffs to make a deep playoff run. Ben Simmons.
yeah, Ben Simmons.
Did you see the bad art? Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, go on Twitter, look for the video. Haslam and what's his name?
Eric Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I don't think it was Eric Spoelstra. I just think it was Jimmy Butler and Spoelstra.
Oh no, it was Spoelstra.
It was all three of them arguing. Yeah, they had to be separated.
Apparently, Spoelstra and Jimmy got into it. Spoelstra, I didn't really see a good view of it, but he threw a clipboard at Jimmy, and they kind of got into it.
He didn't throw it. He just kind of tossed it on the ground.
Yeah. And UW or Udonis Haslam was like, "Yo, like." He was trying to he's basically G-checking Jimmy. He's like, yo, like, don't talk to the coach like that type shit. So
yeah. Martell, I have not left my house, so I have no idea what kind of attention I'm going to get when I leave the house with my shaved head. I'm sure it's going to be a mix of like, ew, and like, oh, I like it. So that's what I'm thinking.
When are you getting those hats, man?
I have one right now, dude, but I'm not going to, we're past that. Brooklyn Nets 11. Hear me out. We will get an update next week that Ben Simmons will be able to practice and we will back for 2 games for the playoffs. Hope you're right. That's kind of what I said the other day too. I hope to see Ben back at least for 4 to 2 games before the season starts. That's ideal for me. I would love for that to happen. And we'll see. But I also wouldn't be surprised if his first game is in the playoffs. I really wouldn't. Especially with Nash saying that today. Both are very, very possible. You guys can take this question because I don't know. I have not paid one attention to college basketball this year. What 4 teams end up in the Final Four?
My bracket's already messed up because Baylor's out.
Bro, Michigan made it farther than I thought they would.
Yeah, Michigan. I thought Michigan State in there too. No, it's just Michigan.
Let's go.
Probably Gonzaga. I don't even know the divisions like that, so I'm just guessing. Probably Kansas, Gonzaga. I'm gonna root for the underdogs. Go with St. Mary.
I'm rooting for Duke, Coach K, baby.
Yeah,
let's go Duke. Let's go Dukies.
Let's go Michigan, bro.
Michigan.
Bro, that's where I'm from, and plus they've been winning. Bro. I don't.
Oh, Michigan about to play Villanova tomorrow. Oh,
the thing was, if Villanova would have lost, we'd have been playing Ohio State. That's like that's like a huge rivalry.
So it's official. Beard is hurt, heading to the locker room.
Yeah, I just see you went to the locker room.
Let's. Martell Hickson, who can make each of the Nets starters anime characters? I have no idea. And yes, Callaway, if we do win the chip, my ass is going to fly out there and be in the parade. And me and AJ and Chubbs and Rage, we're all going to be drunk as shit, and we're going to be at the parade.
Yes. Yay!
Yes. I think to answer the previous question, me and Julian can specialize in that, though.
Yeah.
Like making the Nets characters, sweet. Or like if Julian's there, he can help me with it.
Who's making the final for both conferences? Shout out to Big Fortune.
In the NBA or March Madness, though? Yeah, y'all got to be a little more specific. If we're talking NBA,
he's talking about NBA. There's no
NBA.
way he's talking about Final Four.
Wait, Chels, what was you just talking about?
Someone asked the question like, "What would Nets players be as anime characters?"
Oh yeah, we can do that. Oh yeah.
Yu Hakusho, bro.
Well, it gotta be Naruto.
Kyrie, Yu Hakusho, KD's Goku.
Yeah, right now, if you don't have any more questions, I guess AJ, back to you. You'll look to get out of here, or what do you? I mean, listen.
Yeah, is there more questions?
Yeah, everybody's pretty much done.
All right, y'all. Yeah.
Tough. Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, hey man, tough loss, but W hopeful potential news tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Hope we hear it. Looking for it to hear it tomorrow. I'm excited. I hope that AJ, you need to text me or call me in the morning when it's getting announced in case my ass is sleeping.
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody's eyes are gonna be on like the City Fields, like
except mine, bro. I'll be in fucking school.
You can watch out of your home, bro, if you want.
Right. Well, you know what?
I might if I find a link, I'll send it to y'all.
I wonder what time it is though.
Here's a tough question. Who's better, James Johnson or DeAndre Jordan?
All right, this is how we
DeAndre. I'm going with DeAndre. I'm going with DeAndre
crazy.
Jordan. I'm going with DJ.
DJ, that's insane.
Oh. Yeah, at least with DJ, he's useful if you can as a lob threat. Like James Johnson is just like what is he doing?
But at least James Johnson has like somewhat good games sometimes.
I mean, he got handles.
You don't have to keep spamming the chat to get your point across. Just put it in. I'll find it. If we beat the Bucks in the first round, it'll feel redemption. It'll feel great.
Feel amazing.
I mean, that would to me, I would just feel correct because
it would feel absolutely stellar.
It would feel right. Yeah, and even though Blake, even though what's his name is Brook Lopez is back for them, and they're already trying to play it up like Blake is the truth. He had a decent game the other day that he came back in. So
Brook Lopez.
Yeah.
Why are you saying prayers up for Harden?
He's on the bench though.
Yeah,
I think he's on the bench.
He went back to the locker room. If he returned to the bench, but you.
I think that was him on the bench.
Listen, I don't wish ill will on anybody. I never will, but I'm not like gonna be. Oh, poor Harden.
Why he say prayers up?
I'll never say good for him or crap like that. But I'm not praying.
I'm not wishing ill will, but I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Like I don't hope for nobody to get injured.
You're dead. You're dead to me. You're dead to me.
Yeah, I don't care. But I don't really care.
Maybe you should, take your health more seriously.
Yeah.
Maybe you should just
die. I mean, whatever. Good luck. Good Harden. Good luck to you in your future ventures. I don't miss you. Not concerned. You don't occupy any part of my thought process anymore. Yeah. So you. Yeah. I don't know. I wonder if all those workout videos were really worth it.
Just really showing everyone, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back at it Saturday, Miami. Me and Miami with it. So
I hope we can get a dub. I hope
Kyrie is free. Kyrie, wow, like almost when that news broke today, it was literally like somebody had to shed a tear tonight.
Almost shed a Brooklyn tear.
I almost shed a Brooklyn tear, bro.
Almost shed a black tear.
Bro, like the relief of Kyrie, like that
I just
relief.
spit on my computer screen.
The relief I felt was just like I was just like on a cloud nine, bro. Like it was just all this whole year just bottled up into one, and then just one moment you get that chance.
Imagine the comeback if we did win. Like imagine the comeback.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing
after we win.
Happens.
There's nobody. Nobody could do anything. Nobody could do anything but give us credit. Nobody could do anything. Haters.
No. Yeah, people will basically. I guarantee you that if we win it all, you're gonna hear the most deafening silence from every other fan base and organization. Just if we win it, right? Like, just you're not gonna hear shit from anybody. But Callaway, she said I just shed a white one.
That Sunday game, what? You might have to shed another black tear on Sunday because, like, Kyrie walking into the Clays, like, the ovation he's going to get, bro. Everybody's,
Guys, but before we leave, we all need to, I don't know if y'all pray. I'm not religious, but we have to send out some energy to, like, we have to send out some positive energy to, like, pray that Kyrie officially, like, comes back. You know that Eric Adams is gonna make the announcement.
Oh hell, no! That's what I've been saying all day. Fingers crossed, bro. Because I wouldn't put past Eric Adams tomorrow to be like
catch an attitude and change it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised, dude. But I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, Donna. I'm not, like I said, I don't wish ill will on anybody, but that doesn't mean I need to like put prayer hands and be like, oh.
Is he okay?
Like obviously we're not.
I'm sorry.
He gets injured, but it's like he's not.
I'm not cold. I'm not cold like that, but I am not like, hey, he made his bed. He's got to lie in it. I mean, that's what it is.
Low key, Joel might join him soon. Hopefully not, but that's the whole problem with them being partnered. They both got
Cat, you said that. My man is looking like he's just tired.
Usable fiber got Ballsack Sports got usable fiber. He came out and said Harden has a torn meniscus, and then he says, "Never mind." He's like, I got ball sacked.
He got sacked, bro.
He got ball sacked.
He got sacked.
Everybody's getting sacked, bro. Even what's his name, Marcus Morris? Didn't he get sacked too?
Bro, that's hilarious.
What amazes me is how Ballsack Sports gets people when it literally clearly says Ballsack. It says Ballsack, people. How are you getting rolled over by Ballsack saying anything?
Yo, Marcus Morris was dead ass too. He was like, I didn't say that. He quoted the whole tweet and everything. He's like, I didn't say this.
No, that's what's amazing about Ballsack is that they literally have Ballsack on their tweet, Ballsack down at the bottom, and people still keep getting trolled by Ballsack. It's a fucking amazing.
That's fucked up to make a tweet like that.
News made they made a whole article on LeBron James, and they They added
It's amazing that tweet. That tweet handle has gotten so many people, and I still can't figure it out. Like I don't.
People believe the James Harden got washed by Kyrie in a 1v1 in practice. People actually took it and ran with it.
Oh, that probably no. I don't think he said he was washed, but we know
believe that.
We know if they 1v1 that Kyrie was fucking them up, but I don't think that he said you're washed. Like that's OD. Kyrie.
No, like literally in a 1v1, because the whole thing with Ballsack Sports, they came out with a thing like Kyrie and Harden had a 1v1 and he busted his ass all 3 rounds of the 1v1.
That's
did I just hear your voice go up an octave, bro?
His voice has been cracking this past week.
Chubbs, that's probably facts, but he just probably didn't say that you're washed after. That's what happened.
Oh no! It was in the report saying, "Yo, you're washed," and they fought. That was the whole report.
Okay. I didn't. Yeah.
So it ended up.
That would be amazing. I wish that happened.
That didn't happen.
On the end, it says they've never been the same since, and people ran with it. People ran with it.
Why would you do that? Why would you put that?
That's how I'm looking at this. That's how I'm looking at
this. Kyrie did bust Harden ass.
This one's better. This is how I'm looking at it.
Yo, take that.
That's how I'm looking at it, bro.
That boy dressed.
Why did you just show Eric Adams' face, bro? Just why?
Hey,
that's how
somebody's requesting the
Eric
ghost.
Adams.
So I will say this to end the stream. JJ and Patty.
I'm going ghost.